Namaskar. Let me welcome you all to today's episode of Sitar Learning Essentials. In lot of videos, we have received comments, and separately also we have received questions on how to improve speed in our playing. Let me tell you, there is a wrong perception about the term taiyari. In Hindustani music, there is a term which is vastly used called taiyari, which eventually has become synonymous with speed, very high speed. Someone who can sing tans or phrases in very high speed, or someone who can play an instrument, phrases in very high speed, then it is called, oh, this person is very taiyar, such and such artist is very taiyar. But in past, what I've heard from my gurus and great maestros, that taiyar means someone who is ready for performance. It is not only about speed. Speed is just one aspect, but the overall presentation and its delicacy, its different aspects, different angles. In past, it used to be called as Chaumukhi, or in Khayal, it used to be called as Ashtanga, that means 8 different areas. So once the artists or the performers can satisfy all those aspects, all those areas, then they used to be called as taiyar, not just speed. It is just like all-rounder in cricket, not just batsman, not just bowler, or not just fielder, but all-rounder. A performer has to be all-rounder. Now, coming back to our point, increasing the speed, or how speed is important and how it used to be practiced. Let me tell you, while teaching students for last 20 years, 2 decades, what I have experienced, mostly students are after speed, but they don't realize the prerequisites are not yet there. So that becomes very dangerous. We need to have very clear idea about the content what we are playing, in what range of tempo we should present and we should practice. Everything is not for speed, right? So that sense, that discretion needs to be developed, in which speed or which range of speed tempo we should present something. Maybe it may be composition, it may be a phrase in a rag, it may be a tan, and based on the different speeds, the structure and the way of tans also vary, right? All the tans are not for supersonic speed. Every tan cannot be sung or played in the supersonic speed. There are certain categories, certain way that needs to be presented in that speed, and there are certain medium tempo tan. They are connected more with gamak, sometimes different alankar. We cannot generalize like that. So for the medium tempo tans, the way of doing things are different, and all these things are done for the sake of music. So we should not play or sing for the sake of speed. Speed is just a tool to embellish or to beautify the music or the rag itself. So first thing first we need to have our, in terms of sitar I am saying, the right and left hand strong enough. The right hand should be proper, its setup should be proper, as I call it, position, posture and movement. You should gain decent amount of competence in that. The right and left hand balance should be proper, the sound should be clear, the clarity in the notes should be there. You should build sustenance. So I call it content, clarity, sustenance, and then speed. So once you have this content proper, clarity in your playing in some decent tempo, then sustenance, not just once or twice. You should be able to play something for a repeated number of loops. And once you are done there, once you are not done, I mean, it cannot be done. Once you are in decent level, then only you can think of increasing speed. Once your clarity is there, once your sustenance is there, once you are clear about the content, once you can improvise things of your own, or you can extend, your guru might have given a tan or a phrase, you should be able to extend from there, you should be able to build themes or build subject out of it. Then you can think about the speed, whether whatever you are playing or singing, if it will sound good if it is done in speed or not. So these things we need to remember. So if you want to play in speed, first you have to slow down and do these things correct. This is one aspect. Second aspect, if for whatever so reason, if you do something in not proper or appropriate way, if your guru or some mentor or some seniors are advising you to change something, maybe angle of hand, maybe the way of stroke, maybe the angle, whatever, different aspects of both the hands better. If you try to change something by doing something fast, 99.99% you will not achieve the accuracy. So you have to slow down to rectify something, some technique, some way of doing. So first slow down, do it right, and once for a considerable amount of time, if you do that, and you don't have to do that consciously, if that comes into your subconscious, that means if you naturally play or sing, if it happens, then only you can think of increasing speed. Until and unless it is grounded in your subconscious, you should not think about increasing speed, because your technique is not correct at the first place. So technique and practice. First make your technique proper, way of doing proper, and then if you do that for with consistency and perseverance, maybe weeks, maybe months, for different people it takes different amount of time, and also it depends on various factors. Maybe we will discuss in certain other episode what are those factors. You have to do that, and then only if you do it consistently for certain period, then you will see automatically your speed is increasing. And if you want to increase the speed, then you can do deliberate practice. So if your prerequisites are covered, then you can try to play something in 100 bpm, maybe then 135 bpm, then maybe 150 bpm. Gradually you can increase without compromising on those prerequisite parts. You are playing in very high speed, but all the notes are blur. That is no point. And your speed, it is not contributing to the quality of music. It is not contributing to the, it is not uplifting the quality of your music. So there is no point in doing that. So please don't do the speed for the sake of doing speed, but for the sake of music. Okay. So with this note, let us conclude today's episode. If you have any questions, further questions, don't hesitate to drop a note as a comment of this video, or you can drop an email to us. Email address is already given in the video description. And keep watching this Sitar Learning Essentials episode, which is extremely helpful and beneficial for the Sitar learners and music learners. Thank you and namaskar.